We have a year of great sex. All of a sudden, at the end of that year, we're having great sex. I wake up in the morning and I cannot go to the bathroom.
Mm.
I'm sitting there and I just can't go. It's like, it's the most excruciating pain I've ever felt. And I thought, what the heck is going on? I look down there, it's blown up. It looks like something it's never looked like before. And I thought, my God, what has happened to me? So the first thing, of course, you do, you go to the doctor. I go to the doctor that I've known a long time, and I say, what is happening here?" And he's like, "Well," he looks up there and he says, "Well, I know what this is." And I'm like, "You do? What is it?" He said, "Well, this is the worst case of herpes I think I've seen." And I'm like, "Herpes? What do you mean herpes?" And not that herpes is a bad thing, but you think that's something you wanna tell a girl, like, "You got herpes." I said, "Oh my god." He said, "Yeah, it's herpes. I'll do the test. It'll come back in 72 hours, but yeah, I'm pretty sure this is herpes." So, my guy, Van, is downstairs in the car because he had driven me to the doctor's office. He's down there in the car. I get in the car, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, "Hey, so, you got herpes?"
Oh, God.
And he's like, "I don't have herpes." I'm like, "No, you do have herpes because I have herpes now, and I didn't have herpes before I knew you, so you have herpes." And he's like,
That's a fun
"No."
conversation.
It's a very fun conversation with the love of your life of a year. And I said, "No, you do." And he said, "Nobody's ever told me that." So I'm like, "Well, let me be the first to tell you, man, you have herpes." And now you've given it to me. And so we're in the car and we're driving and we're just mad and we don't know what to say to each other. So I say to him, "Look, you need to go get a test. We need to see what's going on here." So he runs right to the doctor. He gets a test. So for 72 hours as a new couple, we are just, not that herpes is the end of the world because it's not, but you should tell each other that. So we had issues with trust. We didn't know who had the herpes, who gave the herpes. So 72 hours, he gets his results back first. He doesn't have herpes. So he's looking at me like, "Well, looks like you gave me herpes." And I'm like, "Damn, think I gave him herpes, but how did that happen?" So then an hour later, my doctor calls me and says, I said, I know, I got herpes." He said, "No, you do not have herpes." And I said, "I don't?" He's like, "No." And this was my aha moment that changed the second act of my life because I said, "Then what is it?" And he said, "I don't know." And I thought, "How can you not know? You're the doctor." "You don't know what this is?" And he said, "I truly don't." And that's all he said. And he hung up the phone. And I sat there with myself and with my new man, and I thought, "This is not okay. I have to go on my own mission to figure out what this is and educate myself." And that's when I realized that what I was suffering from was dry vagina syndrome because in perimenopause, over 50% of women get dry everything, dry eyes, dry mouth, and dry vagina. And all of those were dry on me. And that's when I realized if I had this little information, and I argue I've had one of the best doctors, and he is one of the best doctors in California, but it's not his fault. He wasn't educated. He had a chapter of studying the menopausal body in medical school, one chapter, half a day, right? So he didn't know, not his fault really at the time, but that's when I realized I had to use my platform, use my voice. I had to not only educate myself, but I had to sort of start to be able to help other women understand, and I had to break open this conversation. I had to start talking about it. I had to be loud, right? I had to be unafraid to tell this very kind of embarrassing story because we had to start the conversation and I had to make women okay to talk about it as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, thank you, Hallie, for sharing that.
And by the way, when I said I was gonna have this conversation, all the people in my life that, helped me manage my career, they all were like, "Oh, I don't know if you wanna go talking about menopause. That's gonna, like, just end your whole shit." And I thought, "Well, then my whole shit will end, but I'm going to talk about what's important to me as a woman, and I'm going to talk about this time of my life, and if my movie career ends, I've had a good one. It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay."